Um, so we are here for our first ever Journal with Me live, our live journaling sessions. Never done this before, so we're going to see how it goes. Hopefully, I'll have some people join. Going to stall for a little bit so more people can kind of hop on. But if you are new here, I am Brooke. I'm a grieving mom, grieving daughter, grieving sister, and someone who's just kind of trying to figure life out as I go. And make some meaning out of the difficult parts of my life. So I decided to do this because I used to journal pretty consistently after I lost my daughter. And then I sort of stopped after a while. And I'm at a place, I'm coming up on year 4. It's a little different space and I'm having some feels about it. So I thought maybe it would be a good time to kind of pick up journaling again and just see how it goes. So I thought instead of doing it alone, I would bring you guys along for the ride with me. And that way, if anyone else wanted to journal with me, I could give us some prompts and we can do it together. So that is my hope. Like I said, I'm just a human trying to figure this out like everyone else. So how it's going to work, essentially, we're going to journal together for about 10 minutes total of journal time. I've got a little timer here with me, so I know how long we've been going. It's not therapy, it's not performance, it's just a space to kind of sit with ourselves. And today's prompt is super easy and gentle. We are easing into things. I didn't want to make it too difficult the first time. So, and I'm hoping if people enjoy this that we can continue it on Sundays. So, yeah, I hope you had a nice weekend. Mine was pretty chill, but also a little bit sad because my middle son went back to Wyoming today, or yesterday he left. So, yeah, that was kind of sad seeing him go. But other than that, the weekend was pretty good. Friday, we went out for my oldest son, Max's birthday. That was nice because I had both of my boys with me, and that hasn't happened in a long time since Grayson's been in Wyoming. So, anywho, if you have any like questions or comments, feel free to drop those in the chat and we can kind of talk as we go. And yeah, we'll just kind of see how this goes. I'm also using a new hosting service for the first time. I used to use StreamYard and now I'm on Riverside and I'm still trying to figure everything out. So if you see me looking around and clicking on stuff, that's what I'm doing. So, all right. I think that we will just get started. If you have something to drink, what are you guys drinking? It's 7 o'clock. I'm on the East Coast. I go to bed crazy early because I get up at 5, so I couldn't do coffee. So I am doing peppermint hot chocolate. If you know me, you know I love my peppermint chocolate stuff. So yeah, that's what I've got today. I've got my hot chocolate. What are you guys drinking? Drop it in the chat if you want to share what you are having to drink while we're doing this. Hopefully you're in kind of a nice, relaxed, chill place. I'm in my office because this is where all my stuff is set up, but I've got my journal ready. How adorable is this? It's brand new. One of my students actually got this for me for Christmas, and yeah, I was super excited. I told her name is Violet. I told her that I was going to use it when I did my live journaling sessions, and she was pretty excited about that. So I'm happy to use the journal that she got me today because I thought that was really sweet. So, all right, is everyone ready? Let me see. We do have a couple people here. So hi, thank you. Thanks for joining us. All right, are you guys ready for the prompt? Okay. So today's prompt, we're going to be writing about 5 things that helped you survive this past week. Okay. It doesn't have to be 5 amazing things. It doesn't have to be 5 perfect things. Just any 5 things that helped you get through the week. We are all about normalizing struggle on this channel. So, you know, if you're grieving, especially if it's early on or if you're having a rough time, getting through a week is kind of a monumental task. So sometimes the things that helped you survive are like, hey, I showered twice this week, or I remembered to eat lunch every day. I didn't cancel a doctor's appointment that I had, you know, things like that. They all count. Everything counts here. There is no judgment at all. So what we're gonna do, I am going to kind of set the timer. I actually have some music, just kind of background music that I wanted to play here just to keep track of our time. So I'm gonna start that. It's about 10 minutes long. So when that's over, that'll be kind of like our time's up. I might chat with you a little bit throughout here. And then once we're done, we'll have a chance to drop some things in the chat and share. So yeah. All right, we'll get the music going. It's very like sad. I'm not gonna talk nonstop. I'm actually gonna sit back. I'm gonna grab my journal. I've got my little writing thing here. So I am gonna write with you guys. So we're writing again about 5 things that helped us survive the week. If you get stuck at all, maybe start with things like, I'm surprised I made it through this, and that helped. I had coffee that tasted really good. Getting out of bed counts. So if 5 things seems too hard, just start with 1. And you can bullet point if you want to. You don't have to write it out. If you want to be super detailed, be super detailed. We'll just see how it goes. Do whatever moves you. For me, I'm going to start with the date. So it is January 11th, 26. Five things that helped me through the week. I have to think just like you guys. I'm deliberately like coming up with the prompts, but then not answering the prompts or not really thinking about them after I come up with them, just so that I can kind of stream of consciousness help you guys while you're going. If the music is too annoying, drop it in the chat and let me know, because I can turn it off if you guys don't like it. It's kind of there as a timer, but if it's distracting, it defeats the purpose. So I didn't know how people would feel about silence. All right, I'm turning it off because it's annoying me. Sorry. Started off all nice and calm and then was like ear-piercingly loud, so I did not like that. How you guys doing? You thinking of enough stuff? I'm on 4. Um, don't worry about any misspellings. Don't worry if your sentences are perfect. Mine are not, and my handwriting looks like straight trash. So don't feel like it has to be perfect. We are not after perfection here. If you think of 5 and we still have a little bit of time left, like maybe 2 or 3 minutes left, just go ahead and stream of consciousness. Anything that's on your heart, anything that's on your mind, just get it out on the paper. All right, we've got about a minute left, and that'll be about 10 minutes. So if you want to wrap up a sentence or jot one more line, you can go ahead and do that. Move back in closer here so I can talk to you guys. All right, if you want to go ahead and put your pens down, stretch out your fingers, take a deep breath. So I'm going to share 1 or 2 things that I wrote, and I would love if anyone who's watching this live, if you want to share in the chat, if you feel comfortable sharing anything that you thought of that helped get you through surviving this week, I would love to hear what you guys came up with as well. So this week, other than my morning protein coffee, which helps me every single week, here we go. Things that help me survive the week. Having both my sons, Max and Grayson, home with me and getting to go out with them made me feel a little bit more like a mom. And I don't have a lot of those feelings lately since they're grown and flown. And since I no longer have libs, those moments are few and far between. So it was really nice having them back with me. Really sad when Grayson had to go back to Wyoming, but we'll focus on the good points. This is a weird one, but something that helped me survive the week, the show Smash, which was one of my favorite shows from a long time ago, just came out on, I think it was Prime. Finally, I've been waiting to watch it again, but I didn't want to pay for it. And there were only 2 seasons, so it didn't take me too long, but it was one of those things where like every night when I got home from work and I had a chance to sit down, I was really looking forward to watching those episodes because I just love that show. There was a bit of a trigger in it because I forgot that Leslie Odom Jr. is in the show. He's from Hamilton, which if you know anything about me or have watched any of my videos, my daughter Libby and I shared an absolute obsession with Hamilton, the musical. So seeing him was one of those ugh moments, but I got through it and continued watching the show. And, it was just something I enjoyed this week. Other than that, I mean, I don't know if you want me to go through all of mine, but always things like routine and planning things ahead of time. Making sure my house is clean makes me feel less stressed, and planning my meals ahead of time. Something helping me survive right now is Walmart grocery delivery because It helps me save money when I don't actually go into the grocery store and I just get stuff delivered once a week. Kind of along the same lines, I spent a really long time, almost like, I think it was probably like 3 hours this weekend, budgeting and redoing my budget because I've been really stressed about money since moving into my new house. So that was something that helped me survive the week as well. So those were my things. I don't think anyone has shared that I can see. I know there's people watching. But maybe if you were watching this on the replay, if you want to share in the comments anything that you journaled that helped you survive the week, that would be awesome. Again, I want to turn this into a kind of supportive community, something we can do together. So if you want to share, that would be awesome. Oh, we got one. Okay, so this week, Toinette says this. Thank you for joining me because you are one of my awesome supporters on all my videos. She says, this week it was my bestie. We went out to the movies and had some good laughs and just enjoyed our time together. We've been friends since elementary school and our friendship is so special. Oh, that's so nice, right? Like, old friends are the best friends. I walk usually once a week with my best friend Bianca, and we've been friends since junior high. And yeah, old friends really are the best friends. They know you kind of better than anyone, don't they? Good. I'm glad that you got to go. What did you see at the movies? Anything good? The only thing I've seen at the movie theater lately is the new Avatar movie, and it was kind of meh. Okay, and then Ash says, my good friend and some good coffee. Good friends and good coffee, right? Like, what else? What else do you need? So yeah, those are both awesome. Thank you guys so much for sharing. I really appreciate that. I was kind of hanging on here a second to see if we could find out what movie she went to see, but I'm not seeing it pop up there. Nope. All right. Well, that is pretty much it for this week. Oh, Song Sung Blue. It was good? Good. That's awesome. Yeah, I love Kate Hudson. The hair in that movie, it looks almost distracting. Like, it looks so, was it like late 70s, early 80s? I'm guessing somewhere around there. But yeah, it's one of those movies when I see the previews and I look at their hair, I'm like, oh man, I don't know if I can focus because that hair is so funny looking. But good. I'm glad it was good. That's one I'll probably wait until it comes out, on streaming services and watch it then. But yeah, it looks really good. So if you want to join us, if you're joining us on the replay, if you want to continue to join me doing this, I would absolutely love that. These kind of prompts are backed actually by trauma research. So when the brain is grieving or when you're depressed or having anxiety, like, your brain actually wants to catalog that pain and we replay it, replay our trauma and our sadness. That's kind of biology, but intentionally recording survival moments like this kind of helps that brain rewire towards resilience, which is awesome. So we never ignore the hard parts here. We don't ignore the bad in the grief. We just notice the parts that are helping us get through it despite our grief. So, yeah, tiny ordinary things help get us through the day. So this was week 1, starting very small. Over time, I am expecting that the sessions are going to get a little bit deeper, kind of going into more identity and memory and purpose. And we're kind of building the muscles gently, easing back in, like I said, to these journaling prompts. So if you want, maybe look at one of the 5 things that you wrote, just one, and circle that and maybe try to repeat it this week if you can. Maybe you're not going to go out to a movie again because they can be really expensive, but maybe you're going to watch something. It was funny because mine was TV and yours was the movie that you mentioned. But yeah, kind of taking us out of our own head. Those can be survival coping mechanisms. Next week's prompt is going to be a little bit heavier, like I said, but I hope that you will join me for that. Thank you for sitting with me today, whether you were here live with me or you're joining me on the replay. Thanks for honoring your grief and your sadness, writing down these 5 little pieces of survival And if things are hard, that's okay. If these ever get too hard, you can write whatever you want. Just share whatever's in your heart. That counts too. Showing up counts. So, same time next week, same space. I will be here. So bring something to write with. Bring a pen, bring a pencil, bring some hot chocolate. And hopefully I will see you again next week so we can kind of share our hearts together. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. I'll see you next week.